Join us on Geek Blood, the show you can't ignore. Ray and Kevin diving deep into all things galore. Comic book, movie, sci-fi, and action thrill. Reviewing new TV shows, we keep it real, real. Reminiscing the attitude era, wrestling at its peak. Nostalgia from the 80s and 90s, memories we seek. Pineapples for our rings, a unique touch. Geek culture in our blood, we love it so much. Geek Blood forever, we love it so much. Geek Blood, where we talk about it all. From superheroes to wrestlers, we stand tall. Ray and Kevin, the dynamic duo in sight. Geek Blood, shining brighter, shining bright. Did you hear about Pluto? That's messed up, right? Geek Blood, taking you on a nostalgia flight. From movies to TV, we cover it all. Join us every week, we'll have a ball. Shuffle.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. Yourself?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Start off the show with a show and tell. So many geeky things that we could pull off from the shelf. We've been collecting shit for years and now we're whipping it out. So it's time to showcase all the money that we wasted well. C'est la vie, c'est the old folks. It's Geek Club Show and Tell. I see you looking at your shelf because you must have forgot to do show and tell.
No, never.
Do you want me to start or you want to go?
Yeah,
I have
you
one
go.
ready.
Yeah, you go.
I don't have it on me. However, I did take a picture of it earlier because we talked about Spaceballs last week. And I said I have something really cool I got. Spaceballs, the doormat.
Oh, God.
So you walk into my house from the front, that's what you'll step on. I did not bother cleaning it off, so I love Spaceballs. I have Spaceballs the hat. I have Spaceballs the pillow. A few other Spaceballs items. I don't remember what I have, but that's my newest one.
Nice. I have the graphic novel Fight Club 2, the sequel to Fight Club, in graphic novel form. Yep. Starts off with him being on his meds, so everything's going good. No more split personality. And then things take a turn. It's good. I think there's a part 3
really
also.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's a part 3. Yeah.
How come that wasn't made into a movie? Didn't want to do a movie, just want to do the graphic novel?
Yeah, they never sold the rights, I guess. They probably just turned it into a
Okay.
graphic novel.
Oh, all right.
Really can't recapture the magic of the movie.
Right. What we watched this week? Well, we watched Peacemaker, the penultimate episode.
Sure did.
I am going to be sad when the show ends.
Me too.
One of the I don't think I've had a show like this in a while where I wished it was more episodes. Like I'm not ready for this show to end next week, and it's going to be ending off with a bang. We'll get into it in a minute, but James Gunn, all over the podcast circuit, was on everybody's podcast. Everybody was interviewing him this week. Confirmed that this Nazi universe is considered Earth X. Other than that, he's mentioned a couple of things, but the big thing that came from this week was the butterfly dance in season 1 being compared to the dance in season 2, where the intro song where the intro is playing and you get the opening credits, they're kind of mimicking butterflies in the first season. Well, people started to realize in the second season that John Cena and everybody started kind of symbolizing something totally different, reminiscent of where this. Oh God, it's a swastika. And the internet took it, and Fortnite had this emote. I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know much about it, other than I know it's just something that you can hit a button and it happens. But John Cena does the whole entire dance, and they actually took it off Fortnite last weekend. Talked to Warner Brothers and James Gunn and said, "Is this supposed to be a Nazi symbol? We don't want to have it in our Fortnite." They deny it. I can't see it not be now that I've seen it, and especially watching the intro last night for the first time since this all came out. The symbolism is there. I don't know how they can deny it, but I'll take their word for it. Fortnite did. They brought it back. They're going to bring it back. I think they're going to do a different type of dance, but it looks like a swastika to me. But yeah, this episode started off right where the last one left off, and Harcourt and Peacemaker are walking through Argus, and she's like, "You didn't notice all of the Nazi stuff going on? You didn't notice the Mein Kampf sitting on everyone's desk? You didn't notice the big giant poster, big giant mural of Hitler in the background?" And they show it on screen. It's probably the funnest part of this episode. But yeah, it is Nazi. It's definitely where the Nazis won World War II. You meet Judo Master, and he saves Adebayo. Zippity zap, bitches. And the episode, we knew we were going to get a Superman character. We got a kind of mini character, a henchman. We got Happerson, who is Lex Luthor's henchman. But he's the one that kind of knew all about the interdimensional rifts. So he's an expert on that. So Argus goes in, asks him, how can we find Peacemaker's quantum unfolding chamber? And he sets him on the right direction to find it. And they end up going and chasing him. But Peacemaker and everybody in the 11th Street Kids are all in that universe trying to find a way out, trying to escape. And by the end of the episode, Keith and his father, Augie, not really a Nazi. That was a big revelation. Not really for the Nazi side. So not everyone who lives in this world is pro-Nazi, surprisingly. And Adebayo has a line like this world is really not much different than what ours really is, if you think about it. Modern symbolism, if you want to put it into that. Don't want to get into political stuff, but by the end of the episode, there's a really cool, unfortunate scene where Augie is kind of giving a pep talk, and Vigilante jumps through the window and stabs him dozens of times, killing Robert Patrick once again in Peacemaker. And that sets off Keith. Keith is pissed. And Keith goes and attacks Peacemaker as they're leaving into the quantum unfolding chamber. And he just gets annihilated and gets beaten up, I think, by Vigilante, correct? Or I can't remember. Yeah, Vigilante is one that punches him, like goes crazy, and Eagly does. Everybody just beats him up. So Keith is left there bloody, and John Cena as Peacemaker just has this big, huge emotion fly over him, and talking about how I'm the one who did this. It's not I destroyed both worlds, pretty much is what he says. And at the end of it, they go through the quantum unfolding chamber. Argus is meeting on the other side, waiting for them. They leave, and Chris ends up turning himself in, and that's where the episode ends. Him going up to jail. Preview for next week. I know you don't watch the previews, but it does show Chris in jail, isolating himself. Argus exploring the different doors in the quantum unfolding chamber, technically for scientific purposes. And we did see this. I'm sure you saw it online. Yep. We did see this glimpse into one of the universes, so it seems like they're going to be opening multiple doors. There was another one that was like a gingerbread and lollipop one too. Yep. So it's going to be crazy next week, and we're not sure which one of these doors is going to open up the door that's going to set up Man of Tomorrow, but one of them will. Obviously, that's kind of where we're getting. And the other thing, the first pitch for episode 8 that he gave to Zazov, to convince Zazov of his vision of where he wanted to have the DC universe, was the pitch for episode 8. So whatever happens next week was the pitch that turned everything around and said, okay, we're going to give the reins to you, James Gunn, and you're going to create this universe just because of this idea that you have for this episode. And it's the creation of the DCU and the overall direction of where it's going to go from this point forward. So it's very exciting to hear that. So there's a lot of stakes to next week's episode. Extended episode from what I'm hearing, 57 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the podcast? I'm sure you did.
I did not actually. I was going to.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
The one thing he did mention, and I want to mention, there was a deleted scene that he meant to do, and he didn't have time. I don't know if he had time or money to do it for the season, but he was going to bring back Murn, who died in the first season, and he was going to be part of the Sons of Liberty, and there was going to be a storyline, but he had to cut it for a time, I guess. But this sets up a whole. It could set up a season 3, a whole other continuation of this story, because Keith, Peacemaker's brother, left wounded, left bloodied after they leave, is now has his super villain origin for the very first time. Now all alone, like Chris is on his Earth, totally different reason, because Chris killed his family technically, or Chris adjacent. But now Keith has revenge on his mind, and being the polar opposite kind of doppelganger of what Chris is, Keith is going to be out for revenge wherever this goes in a season 3 or a continuation in a movie. I would love to see this in a movie too, but yeah, it's just crazy. And Keith actually has the opportunity to take out this revenge, where Peacemaker kind of takes it out on himself. That's what basically this episode is about. Probably the overall season, the overarching season, is going to be about that. But great episode. Cannot wait for the finale. Appointment television beyond anything I've experienced. Maybe Game of Thrones was the last one I actually watched. Well, Mandalorian was like that too. It was a week to week type of deal, but
Dexter,
when it was good, Dexter, yeah. James Gunn revealed alternate plans for Peacemaker season 3. The characters in this show will continue, but not necessarily in a season 3. Was the exact quote. Also talking about the Authority. May not be a series, maybe a movie. There's someone who is really a good creator who talked to me about it the other day. Is just what James Gunn talked about, saying, who knows, I'm probably not going to do certain movies with characters who audiences don't know. Kind of a different take of what James Gunn's used to doing because of the Guardians and because of Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Also, the whole GI robot of everything. I mean, that's been the big thing. Talking about that, saying he is coming to live action, but not necessarily during season 2. Could be quelling the rumors if there is a big reveal, or could be setting up a season 3. I mean, I would love to see. He on the podcast today, he also talked about maybe since this universe did not get exploded, this Earth X, maybe they could explore somewhere else. And I could see this story continuing in a Creature Commando season. I can see it continuing anywhere, but yeah, I would love to see GI Robot in that universe to see how it turned out. But great episode. Cannot wait for next week. And yeah, very, very exciting time for Peacemaker in the DC universe. You watched something that I want to get your reaction of. I watched the first 3 episodes and I love it. When did you start? We haven't talked about it since I don't know, since we first heard about it, I guess. When did you start watching it?
Probably, was it Sunday, maybe? I don't remember.
Okay, so you just started binging
the playoffs, so I only watched like 6 episodes because the Red Sox are in the playoffs for watching that. I love it. It's really good.
Yeah, Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
It's on Paramount Plus. Third season just started. Second season, there's 2 seasons on there already. I'm about 3 episodes into the first season, and it's really, really good. And you're right. It's not only up your alley, it's up my alley too, because I love gangster shit. So yeah, it's about this gangster who gets out of jail, and kind of takes the heat for one of the mob bosses, and as payment, tells him to go move down to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he kind of becomes the kingpin of Tulsa, is what the name means. So, the other person in this show, Martin Starr, fucking love him. I had no idea he was in this show. So I cannot wait to continue this. I know Samuel L. Jackson is going to be in the 3rd season, and
Oh,
Robert
nice.
Patrick's in the 3rd season.
Nice.
So cannot wait to continue this and
Oh
finish
yeah,
it. Probably get
back
live.
to Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Didn't he say, "Come with me if you want to live"?
Yes, the opposite. He
got a
said,
big
"If you want to
smile,
live, come
yeah.
with me."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He said the
You got a
opposite.
smile
Yeah,
on
great
my face. He
line.
said that, yep.
Yep.
I love Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Tulsa King. Cannot wait. I'm gonna probably watch some of that this weekend, as well as Monster. I know it debuted on Netflix today. I have not had a time to watch. I know you watched a few
You had a busy
episodes.
day. Yep.
Yep.
I'm
Definitely want to see it.
It's really good. Like all the other ones. I mean, they drag stuff out and they take liberties with a lot of facts.
Right.
But it's been really good. Charlie is fantastic.
Yeah, Charlie Hunnam, awesome.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see this. I'm gonna watch it probably this weekend as well.
They do show you how it affected Psycho and Texas Chainsaw, because they have
really?
flash forward scenes. Like they have somebody playing Hitchcock directing scenes from Psycho with somebody playing
shit.
Anthony. They have
That's
the same name
cool.
for Texas Chainsaw and I believe Silence of the Lambs, but I have not seen that one yet. So it's kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, I like shit like that. So that's really cool. Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm gonna catch up on that soon. Gen V episode 5. Gen V is really good. There is something going on with Marie, the main character of the show, where she's going to be like the one to go up against Homelander, I think, in the next season. That seems to be what they're leading up to. Not really sure, but she has this guy Cypher. The only other thing I think I've seen him in was maybe one of those what's that guy on Netflix that did the haunted house? I can't remember his name.
Rob Zombie? Oh, Mike Flanagan. Yeah. House on Haunted
I think
Hill
he was.
Hill,
I think he's one of the guys. The guy that plays Cypher is one of the guys that's on his series on Netflix. That's maybe where I've seen him before, but yeah, he's Cypher. He has some sort of a puppet power from what we gather. We also know that he's dying of sorts. And he's also fucking that smart soup that's in the 7 now. I don't remember her name. It was in the last season of The Boys, but they're fucking around. But he's trying to unlock whatever Marie's full potential is. You kind of see a little glimpse of it at the end of this episode, where she runs into her sister who's being held captive by Cypher, and he slits her sister's throat. And in order to try to save her life, she puts the blood back into her system, and she does. She reverses it, and she brings her back to life. So she has the power to not only kill, but to heal as well, which is remarkable. And yeah, I just cannot wait to see where this continues. It's been a really good show. Love the boys. Love this. I think my favorite from all the seasons. I love it. My favorite from all the seasons is I can't remember her name. The little short girl that always changes size. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's my favorite.
She reminds me of Chloe from Smallville. So I can't.
Yes, she even looks like her. She sounds. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, very, very good show. I watched the first 2 episodes. Have you had a chance to watch Chad Powers yet?
I have not.
This is on Hulu. Chad Powers is a weird fucking show. It's basically Mrs. Doubtfire meets football. It's strange. I don't know who came up with this idea. Very, very strange. 2 episodes in. Steve Zahn's great in it.
Always.
And what's his name? Glenn Powell, great in it too. So
awesome.
Only 2 episodes. It's on Hulu. I think it's ending around Halloween, so it's like 6 episodes total. So really good. And the big huge thing that you brought up to me, and I've seen it since, but there's this whole crash out of this actress that was cast in the show, and she was having this party, and she was like invited all of her friends. And I guess during the party, she realized that she had been recast in the show by the Hawk-Tuah girl.
Yes.
And she has a complete meltdown on like Instagram Live or
wouldn't
something.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, she was pissed. And she's like, turn off the camera. But it's gone viral since then. And they've recast her, filmed the whole entire thing with Hawk-Tuah. I thought that was funny. You brought it to me. I wanted to bring it up on the podcast. But yeah, Chad Powers, that's on Hulu if you want to watch that. I watched a movie debuted on Apple TV this week starring Brett Goldstein, Imogen Poots. called All of You. We talked about it when the trailer came out about set in the future where you can find your soulmate through a blood test through scientific means. They figured out a way to find your soulmate in the whole entire world. Brett Goldstein is against it. Imogen Poots. He actually pays for her to go find it, hoping that he'll be the one that ends up having her being her soulmate. And it doesn't turn out like that. And there's a whole bunch of love stuff that happens between them, and truths come out. It's really good. But yeah, it's on Apple TV if you can find it. Not a lot of people have Apple TV. It's probably one of the lower streaming services that people actually have. So
yeah,
it is good though. I love Brett Goldstein. I love him in Ted Lasso.
Quality. I mean, a lot they quality.
Do very.
Yeah.
Yeah, they win a lot of awards, of course. Ted Lasso and Shrinking, number 1 and number 2. So, and we watch Halloween movies this week, and I know you're excited for this.
Yep.
First off, let's talk about Smile. I loved Smile. Was terrified of Smile.
I knew.
Yeah, you know my type. You know my type.
More yours than mine. Yeah. 100%.
Right. I love supernatural stuff. I love ghosts. I love. Basically, it's all demons. They're haunted by demons, and the demon keeps going from person to person whenever they witness somebody committing suicide in front of them, and then the demon goes into their body, and it just continuing to loop forever, however long time is. And it's a fun second concept. One. Yeah, it's a second one in the series that we're gonna watch next week. And yeah, it's really good. I think probably 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. It's good. 3.5 to 4 for me. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. And this one we've been waiting for a while. I know you've been waiting for the rewatch.
Yes.
Barbarian.
Yes.
Justin Long. The only thing I knew about this was Justin Long was in it. I forgot that Bill Skarsgård was. And I forgot Bill Skarsgård was in it.
The movie switches on a dime when he's introduced in the movie.
Yeah, it really does. It reminded me a lot of what he did in blanking on it. The last one that just came out.
Weapons.
Wow, Weapons. Where kind of time shift, right? Yeah, it shifts a lot more, goes a bit back in the past, but yeah, it's a whole completely time shift right in the middle of the movie with Justin Long. You're right.
And if you notice too, like the movie kind of takes place in 2 areas: the top area, which is like a David Fincher film, and the bottom area, which is like a Sam Raimi film. So I mean, you get obvious influences both ways. It's going to be a fun movie. I absolutely love this movie to death.
Yeah, it's really good. Probably another 4 out of 5 for me.
Really hard to say if I like this or Weapons more. I got to rewatch Weapons still.
I will say, but I love Weapons a lot more. I love Weapons a lot more. I will say that. It's very good. The villain, very good. The concept of the villain, very good, and the captive underneath, who looks identical. Because you find out, I don't want to give in too many spoilers if nobody's seen it. You should watch it. It's kind of like Weapons. There's a great mystery to this you need to know.
The thing I want to know about Weapons is, will it hold up knowing how it unfolds the second time? That's the one thing I concern myself with Weapons. So.
But Pulp Fiction hold up 30 years later.
I only seen it once. I really wanted to go back and watch it. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right, yeah.
That movie's a classic movie,
Yeah. Great movie. And we'll talk about what we're going to watch next week at the end. But until then, let's get into some news. And it's not a news segment, with a trailer roundup. A couple of trailers this week. The first one is a movie that's getting a ton of rave reviews and wherever it's streaming in different festivals, called Jay Kelly, starring George Clooney and Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler gets a lot of praise for his dramatic roles, and this is definitely one of them. He's getting a lot of praise for. Have you seen this trailer? It looks very, very Hollywood. Like,
I have not.
The images look great. It's definitely one of those Hollywood pictures. Like, Hollywood's gonna love this. It's gonna be an Oscar picture.
It's gonna be one of those Oscar baity types. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about an old aging actor played by George Clooney, and Adam Sandler kind of plays his. I'm not sure if it's his manager or somebody, publicist or somebody, and it just looks really good. It's getting high reviews. Going to be in theaters on November 14th. It's going to be on Netflix on December 5th. So
nice.
Probably where we'll end up watching it. But
Netflix should do that way more often.
Yeah. Brand new trailer, brand new poster for Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro. And we got the brand new poster with Jacob Elordi on the front. Basically, the whole trailer was the creation of the Frankenstein monster. I cannot wait for this.
Yep.
Comes out in a couple weeks in theaters, November 7th on Netflix.
Nice.
Guillermo del Toro. I love Guillermo, so I cannot wait to see this as well. Last weekend's box office, one battle after another movie getting rave reviews. I cannot wait to see.
Yeah.
Number one, 22.4 million. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. What the fuck is that? 13.7 million for number 2, and Demon
Something
Slayer
I'm going to
Infinity
assign
Castle.
you to. You're going to have to watch that for the review on the podcast.
I've watched I watched Demon Hunter. I'm not watching anything else. I don't know what that is. Gabby's Dollhouse. That's not anywhere near my alley. My alley's way over on the other side of town.
Gabby's Dollhouse, Wicked, all the classics.
I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna strike that and say no. That's not happening. But Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, huge. It's beat every single superhero movie this year. And it took industry predictions for this movie. It just took them and just blew them out of the water. So, anime is huge right now. It's always been huge, but it's
all around the
right
world
now.
too. So it plays well in every.
It's worldwide.
Country. Yeah,
that's why Netflix is a great partner for that Demon Hunters movie because it's on every single country at the same exact time, and the music is a musical. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I hate getting political, but there's some things we just have to bring up. And especially when it has to do with Hollywood. And he's talking about imposing 100% tariff on, he's talking about it again, and it seems like he's going to move forward with it on the movie industry. Anything that's filmed outside of the United States, he wants to bring it back into the United States. The problem, we talked about it before, there's no United States incentives. There's no tax incentives. There's no tax write-offs.
Yep.
Compared to what you get over there, you save hundreds of millions of dollars filming in Australia, filming in England that you don't get in New York or LA. You don't get it in LA anymore. That's why everybody's moving out of LA. And a lot of actors, including George Clooney, has come out and said, LA should be doing the same thing. I'm for Trump, even though I'm politically on the same thing. The incentives mean more in LA.
Look at the 80s movies. All of their setup shots were shots of LA. They don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
At all.
Yeah. It got too expensive. So
shit.
I don't like political stuff, but that's kind of adjacent. We have to talk about it because it's like what he's saying is like stealing candy from a baby is what they're basically doing. Got the brand new look of what Disney Plus is going to look like with Hulu and ESPN added into it. Fully integrated next year, but as you can see on the top there, you can kind of scroll through for you Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. Check out each catalog. I love how they're all combined into one. So you don't have to have the Hulu app, you don't have to have the ESPN app. They actually do it now, but they're going to eventually get rid of the Hulu app altogether. So that's cool. Some casting news this week. Got actually quite a bit of casting news. First one. Roadhouse 2, joining alongside Jake Gyllenhaal and Dave Bautista, is Aldous Hodge, who was in Black Adam.
Black Adam. You were about 2 episodes, maybe 1 episode short of him being in Friday Night Lights. Also, he comes in as like a hotshot quarterback, and that's the first time I really recognized him. That and Invisible Woman, or Invisible Man.
Oh yeah, right.
He was in that. I love this dude. He's a great actor. He was MC Ren in the Straight Outta Compton movie. I love this dude. So
it seems like Roadhouse 2, the cast they're almost like they're taking it seriously this time. They're going to bring in Guy Ritchie to do it and everything. So we'll have to wait and see. The first one was okay. It wasn't anything special to write home about, but joining the cast of this Rocky movie, unknown guy or somebody I've never heard of, Stephen James, going to be playing Carl Weathers' character.
The name sounds familiar, but I have no idea. My phone's not
no idea what he's in.
Up, but
he's gonna be playing Apollo. So
nice.
Cannot wait for that. It reminds me a lot of what they did with The Offer. They're kind of doing it with the story of Rocky, so that's kind of cool.
I like that. Yeah.
Joining the cast of Highlander as the villain, Jeremy Irons. Cannot wait for that. And a lot of talk a lot of talk with Braun Strowman joining the cast of the new Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th, playing
I mean,
Jason.
He's got the size. Let's see if he has a different take on the character.
He's got the plus size. This guy's almost 7 feet tall. And he's going to be the biggest Jason ever. Right. And he's huge. He's like one of the biggest wrestlers that's, besides Big Show, that's been in the WWE in a long time. So it'd be interesting to see if they cast him as Jason, but
that'd be cool.
Big rumors going around. And joining the cast of Beekeeper 2, I know you've seen Beekeeper, you loved it. Palm from Guardians of the Galaxy, who played Mantis, and Edge, Adam Copeland, joining the cast. Love Edge.
Me too.
Speaking of wrestling, you brought this to my attention today.
Yes.
Raven, Nevermore, The Raven Effect, his documentary is coming out on November 18th on Prime. You have to buy it on. Yeah, you have to buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to buy it. So, probably going to, and we will review that because it's definitely. We both love Raven. That time here at ECW. Yeah, we'll get it some way. Speaking of getting it some way, it has nothing to do with that. But Peaky Blinders, great show. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. They're going to continue it. Movie's coming out, I believe either this spring or this winter. Continuation of the story, but they're coming out with a whole other series.
They're doing the Yellowstone
20
thing.
Yeah, set 20 years later in the future because that's all set in the 1930s and 20s. They're going to 1953.
That should be cool. They can do a lot more gangster stuff. Jumping forward like that.
A whole new generation of the Shelbys. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that turns out. But greenlit for 2 seasons, 6 episodes each. It's going to be set after the Reconstruction after World War II because at that time, Britain was bombarded by Germany, so they had a lot of repairs to do. Killian's going to be executive producing it, so yeah, very exciting. Announced this week, surprisingly, I'm shocked. The Simpsons 2, the Simpsons movie 2.
I remember
taking the
so long ago when it was like the 90s, and they said they would only do a movie as like the wrap up to the show, and they did the movie, and they've gone on for what? 15 seasons after
15 more years. Yeah, 15 more years.
Now they're going to do a second one. Like, come on.
Yeah. Taking the spot of another Marvel movie that was supposed to be between Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. So there's nothing in between there now. The untitled Marvel movie's gone. But it's going to be taking that spot right in the middle of July 23rd of 2027. So, yeah. I loved The Simpsons growing up. Loved it.
Just how popular this brand actually is now that it's going to theaters for a couple.
Right, because the first movie did fairly well, but that was 15 years after the show had already debuted. 20 years.
I don't know about you. When did you stop watching The Simpsons? For me,
I watched reruns 95, 96. I was watching reruns, but that was the older stuff then. So that was 89.
I watched a lot of the reruns. I probably stopped watching them all together, maybe like sophomore year of high school, but only watching like the Halloween special, because those were still pretty good. And they're worth talking about at school. I really didn't see them much. Then when I think probably around the time South Park came along is when it kind of slowed down for me.
We were watching better stuff.
Good. So and then Family Guy came along when I was in college, or end of high school into college. So yeah.
Yep, and you got me into Family Guy, so yep. Script has been written for a samurai western set in the John Wick universe. Interesting. Opening up that universe wide. Quentin Tarantino is going to be releasing Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. It's going to be in theaters on December 5th. It's going to have 70mm and 35mm showings. And it's going to have a never-before-seen 7-minute animated sequence in the middle somewhere. And he wrote and directed it as one movie, and he's glad that the fans will have a chance to see it as one movie. So that's kind of cool. I've only seen each of those once, and I never watched them back to back. So it'd be interesting to see that. I may do that when it comes, if it comes out digitally like that. But got a brand new poster. We're going to talk about it next week for the documentary John Candy, I Like Me. Cannot wait for it. Comes out on the 10th, which is 7 days from now, next Friday. Very excited for that. Sony Pictures, the panel at New York Comic Con has been completely canceled. It's supposed to feature new looks at their upcoming films, but for some reason they took it off the docket, so not happening. Everybody Loves Raymond. Yes, they do. 30th anniversary reunion special is going to be on CBS in November. I gotta
Sure.
tell you, never seen an episode of this show. Knew about it because there's not too many people named Raymond, and everybody used to say, "Does everybody love Raymond?" To me, and it's like,
It was one of those shows my mom just kind of had on the background. She was doing her crossword puzzles like after dinner.
yeah,
It was like
yeah.
that
What's
type
the
of show in the household.
reruns?
Like
Yeah,
reruns.
yeah.
Like once they were on like TBS, my mom would be doing
Yeah.
watching that in the afternoon sometimes and whatever. That and like
Right.
King of Queens was like that too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Both of those
so,
shows
yeah.
lasted more than 10 seasons. That makes sense.
Yeah.
A live action Afterlife with Archie series in development at Disney Plus, Archie Comics.
Mhm.
Series reimagines Riverdale as an apocalyptic nightmare fueled hellscape overrun with zombies. Okay, interesting.
Sure.
Not a big, huge Archie fan, but
Never
yeah,
got
okay.
into it. Yep. I never even got into Riverdale.
Yeah, me
Like,
neither.
Riverdale, Archie, like nothing of that.
I hear
sort.
Riverdale is kind of like horror
It's edgy.
adjacent too.
Yeah.
and edgy too.
Kevin Smith is doing stuff with Archie. I think they're doing comics with Archie.
Jay and Silent
Bob.
Bob meets Archie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I do know about this. The end of the month, we have It Welcome to Derry. Got some brand new posters for that.
That should be
Cannot
awesome.
wait.
Maine
Set
in
in
the
Maine,
50s.
of course.
Yep.
Maine in the 50s. Cannot wait. And we get the first look at a popcorn bucket of Michael Myers. I guess Halloween
Stoked.
must be re-releasing in theaters. I had no
I
idea.
guess so.
It looks cool though.
Maybe I'll try to see that. We'll see.
Getting in not a lot of swag this week, so getting right into the DC news of the week. Superman is the biggest HBO Max debut since Barbie, with 13 million views since it's been out. Doing gangbusters, but this new Mr. Miracle animated series that was announced a while ago. Got some new news on that. The series is set to feature Darkseid as the series antagonist.
Oh yeah.
Highfather, Light Tray, Orion, the Funky Flashman. Have no idea who any of those are.
I've been reading this book actually. Remember I got it a few
You
months
did,
back.
yep.
I've been
I remember
reading
you told me
this
that.
week during the Red Sox games. Baseball is a great sport to have on in the background and read.
Right.
So I've been reading that book and it is fantastic.
Okay.
Should be interesting because everyone seems to hate Tom King for war crimes and loving war crimes, being a part of war crimes, allegedly. But yeah, we should do a breakdown of that sometime. That should be interesting.
Yeah, add it to the list of comic books, so we'll definitely read it sometime. Is it a long series?
Nah, it's not that long.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Pretty easy read.
I'm interested.
But yeah.
Cool.
It's
All right,
gonna
we'll
be
talk
awesome.
about that soon. James Gunn says many big actors have talked to him, reached out to him to play Batman in the DCU.
No kidding.
Plenty of things are in flux on what his situation is with his parentage and all that stuff. So I wouldn't take any of it. See, I will have to. Who knows? It seems like from what he's talking about, what was supposed to be brave and bold has shifted.
Yes.
I don't know if you've
Sounds
heard
like
that too. It's either
Sounds like there's no more
Yeah.
Damian, or Damian might be introduced at the very end.
right.
it
More
also
Robin
s-
adjacent is what there
he also-
seems like to
right.
me.
He also, because they're skipping over a lot of good stories like Red Hood. My boy
Yeah.
Red Hood needs to get his justice.
And they've never touched it in the movies ever. The closest thing we got was the Schumacher shit back
Right.
in the 90s, but that was
And-
nothing compared to what the comics were.
He seemingly shut down the Skellner rumors by actually talking about him openly.
Okay.
If he does that, that pretty much means that he likes the guy a lot, but that's
Alan
not the role
Richardson.
he wants him for.
Alan Richardson.
Alan
Can name a
Richardson,
whole bunch of other actors.
he's done the same.
Yep.
A lot of people want him for Batman. He obviously
I think he wants
wants
to
Batman.
go.
Um,
I think
but
he
I
wants to
think
probably
now,
go young.
I think now that everything's shifting, that he's going to go young. Maybe Tim Drake, because
Yeah.
Tim Drake is the Robin in that new Batman run I told you about, and people
Okay.
absolutely fucking love him right now.
Okay.
He's a fantastic Robin. So they could start with Tim Drake and have Nightwing be around. I don't really know. They could do any of that. Damian might be like in the third movie, or like introduced like down the line, maybe when Batman's retiring, something like that. But yeah, get a guy that's like Corn Sweat's age and have him act for 15 years, maybe a little bit older than Corn Sweat.
Right. Yeah. Talking about James Mangold, he remains attached to Swamp Thing despite his deal with Paramount. Huge deal. I think it was like a 5-film or 5-year deal, overlooked deal to see all of his projects, something like that. Huge
well, of course,
deal.
if Paramount buys Warner Brothers, like the rumors are saying,
makes sense. He'd be right back home.
Yep.
So, and finally in news, Chukwudi Iwuji, who played Myrn in Peacemaker, played the engineer in Guardians 3, wants to play Brainiac in the DCU.
I see it.
I can see it too.
It's very lazy, but I can see it. Incredibly lazy, but he'd
bringing in,
crush it. He would crush
it'd be bringing in his friends to play another character.
Yeah.
You know how the internet loves that, especially a certain group.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be great at it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. See how next week. I can't wait for Peacemaker next week. But
oh my god,
that is our show. That is our show for this week. Next week we'll talk about Peacemaker, the season 2 finale. Probably going to extend our talk about that and kind of speculate where we're going to Man of Tomorrow. So cannot wait for that. Gen V episode 6, brand new documentary coming out in the middle of the week next week. Ozzy, No Escape from Now. Going to be on Paramount Plus, I believe. This weekend, gonna watch Monster, the Ed Gein story. That's on Netflix. Next week, Tron Ares comes out. On Friday, John Candy, I Like Me is coming out.
Nice.
Definitely gonna watch that before the podcast. Probably watching it Friday morning. But the movies for next week, a classic movie. Number 1, Smile 2 for Halloween. We're gonna watch Smile 2. And They Live. Never seen it with Roddy Piper. Love Roddy Piper. And I know all about it, where he wears the shades and everything.
I watched it for the first time probably the year before we did this podcast, like that October.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's so I didn't grow up with it at all. I just knew the concept like you. I went to it fresh, and it's fucking. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait. So it's we got an extended Halloween this year because there's 5 Fridays in October. So you get an extra week. We've already picked out all the movies
for the
rest of the month. Yeah, so we're all set for the rest of the month.
I've already watched 6 in the last week. I started in September.
Spoiler for the end of the month. We're watching the one that I said I would never watch, and it's not Human Centipede. Yes. It's something that's going to terrify me probably for weeks on end.
And it's something I've never watched.
And I'm surprised you never
considered an all-timer. Like it's like the horror movie. We're going to watch The Exorcist.
Have you seen Damien? You've seen Damien, right? The original Omen?
No, I saw The Omen, though.
Oh. Okay.
I might have seen Damien. I think I saw Damien. I saw
The Omen.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen... Wow, The Exorcist. I know there's a demon in that, too, so...
Yep.
Oh, there goes my sleep in November. Hello, Christmas. Oh, fuck. Okay. We've already put it on the docket, so it's happening. Pray for us, because we're going to need it. Until then, got a few more weeks till then, so we'll live until then, but we will talk to you next week.
Peace.
We're the Geek Blurb crew, here to enlighten you. Talking all things geeky, from movies to wrestling to our podcast is the place where you want to be for all the latest news and nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. We review comic book flicks and sci-fi hits, riding the wave of action movies with all the cool bits. From Iron Man to Star Wars, we cover it all. And when it comes to wrestling, we never drop the ball. Geek Blurb, we're the kings of the nerds. Rating movies and pineapples, our opinions never blurred. Join us each week for a geeky chat with the latest scoop and a dose of nostalgia that. So if you're a fan of the comic book craze, or a lover of sci-fi and all its maze, tune in to Geek Blurb, we're here to entertain, bringing you the best in geekdom, it's our domain.